Doubling is your brain. Welcome to another Welcome to the show. This is part 2 of our Prison Break review of episode 8 of season 3. You know why we're doing part 2 is because my phone battery is low. Now we're charging the phone, but the weather is warm, and charging the phone raises the temperature of the phone, so we might have a problem. But hey, if there's no problem now, why worry about it? So let's continue right away. I'm not in a rush, but I'm gonna see my father in about 3 hours, and I would like to do something before, which is Vision season 3. The harder the fall, right? So here we go. Here we go. This is really important. Season 8. I can do episode 8. I can do episode 9, and I can do episode 10. But I can't do episode 11 because I didn't watch it. So we got Lincoln and Michael talking, and this part is also very important because they haven't talked since Lincoln lied. So Michael is still a little bit pissed, and he's like, dude, you lied to me, bro. You lied to me. You're the one person I can trust here, but you lied to me. And Michael says, you're a dumbass because I care about LJ. I would have done everything for him, even if it wasn't Sarah, right? So now we have a problem. We have him, right? And he's telling Gretchen, like, yo, you're not doing a good job. You're doing a good job. And then he's rougher with her than he was with Kim. He actually threatens her, and he's like, yo, guess what? Your ass on the line too. So she goes in and she sees Wrestler. Now this is the stupid part, because the biggest reveal of lately was the fact that Wrestler was working for the company. But now that we know that, he's always there. And she tells him to kill she tells him to kill she tells him to kill Michael. What am I laughing? Because Lechero after that, let me come to Lechero. Sammy, which is the right hand man of Lechero. Lechero is the boss of the whatever. Makes sense. Make it make sense, bro. I love the tower. We got 4 playthrough going on. I'm gonna tell you a secret. I would do a 5. I would do a 5th. I would do a 6th. I would do a 7th. At 7, I think I'm done. But still. Mama, who didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again this time, tomorrow. Such a good song. Okay, so Sammy comes in with Lechero. It's like, yo, what are we gonna do? You're ruling with strength. We're not that strong. We only have 3 people left. Me, you, and what do you call it? You got some funny name. That's why I laughed. I was remembering when I laughed, but I don't remember now. Something like Stumpy? Something like that? Yeah, I think it's Stumpy. Which is not funny, because you shouldn't make fun of people that are handicapped, but T-Pac's an asshole, so he deserves it. She tells him that she has to kill Michael, which is kind of like a big problem. Oh, there you go. Perfect. This the talk. Okay, so this is the problem. This is the problem when you watch a lot of episodes. This is something that happened. I thought it was the first scene. No, it's the second scene. Is it a big deal? No, but still. The Gimp. Yeah, that's a Gimp. Yeah. So they want to have one of his crew with Sammy, which is kind of a problem, because do I believe Sammy is... Okay, let's put it like that, right? And again, humor me. Sammy is the guy that betrayed C-Note. C-Note was a really good person. And then he was doing well, but he started working with Tio. Like, let's do something. And the friend of C-Note was like, yo, this guy's not fit to be a leader anymore. Fuck him. And this is the same thing that happened with Sammy. Is he... it's so complex. Because there's also Dwight Schrute. I think Sammy is loyal. I really do think so. However, I think that he is either he wants the power, he wants to take over the prison. I think that in a perfect world, what he does is he waits until the Chero isn't fit to be leader anymore, then he moves in. Um, but ultimately speaking, I think that what he's waiting to do, I think he's waiting for Lechero to give him the reins. However, if he has to overthrow Lechero, he's going to overthrow Lechero, and that's what's going on right now. Now, by bringing people that believes in him, they are loyal to him, not to Lechero, which is kind of important here. Um, we have a big reveal. We have a big reveal which Whistler has a second apartment, and this one is Gary Miller. Gary Miller possibly is more American name than Australian. I don't know, but it could be. This is a big reveal. We got Mahone, who's in a big, really bad spot, and Agent Lang. I love her because she's really there for Mahone. She sees she's loyal. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. Mahone, what I think, Mahone, okay, so it's not specified, but what I think is Mahone was a great cop. He was amazing. Then he met Oscar Shell, he did some wrong thing, then started taking some drugs to deal with the fact that he killed the man. Because he started taking some drug, he became a different person. I think Agent Lang remembered that guy that was before, it's like, he's still there. Everybody else gave up on Mahone. What was the name of the guy? Wheeler, something like that. Yeah, gave up on Mahone, right? So there's still him. Even the guy that helps Keynote, he's like, the only reason I'm here is to help Lang, not to help you. She asked me to help you, and she's a good cop, so I'm gonna help her. And if I have to help you to help her, I'm gonna do it. But I don't want to help you, which is kind of nice. Wrestler goes in, and he's such a piece of shit because we know that he wants to kill Michael, but he acts like he doesn't. This is a really good scene. This is the tenant, the landlord, and the landlord's like, "Oh, I'm scummy." What he says is, "I usually sell the apartment. That way I can do twice the money. But your husband is a good dude, and he doesn't deserve this. So I want to let you know." So then she discovers his passport. Now, why is that important? Because she's gonna start doubting Wrestler, and if I believe Wrestler's a bad guy, Wrestler being the bad guy will lead her to betray him, and her to fall kind of in love with Lincoln. And we want to be in love with Lincoln because she's a good person. There's a good scene with her and Gretchen after that. Gretchen comes in and she's like, "Yo, stop putting your finger there. I'm gonna have to hurt you." Right? So it is kind of insane because she's getting closer to the truth. Gretchen isn't there, but since she's getting closer to the truth, she's like there. So the mad, my apologies. The more mad Gretchen is, the closer you are to the end. They go down, there's another door. So what is that door? This is a tunnel that the people used to use before. It was sealed off, but it's still a tunnel that was important. So it's leading to A and B. And the tunnel caved in, but the tunnel is the closest thing to no man's land. No man's land is outside of the prison. And we want to go where? We're going to go outside of the prison. So this is kind of a cool scene. Now Michael says, "Hey, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?" This is super important. Sammy comes in. There's a little bit of power struggle, and he wants to put in people, and as a show of good faith, he wants to give them rum to say, "Hey, like, yo, this is the life that's waiting for you. If you follow us, if you join us." And the show was like, "No, the rum is mine, man." And Sammy's like, "Please, you're gonna make me look like an asshole." He's like, "No, I don't care." So he's not willing to budge, which is possibly why Sammy betrayed him, but at the same time, that's not true. So what they're trying to do here is that Cheryl is an asshole to Sammy. That's why Sammy is going to betray him. That's not true. Because Sammy was getting a lot of cigars from Augusto, which possibly means that he betrayed Lechero and he was getting these cigars. Understand? Understand. Next. Wrestler is getting restless. So this is kind of bad. Lincoln worked with Sucre to get a abandoned house. Again, I'm going to repeat myself, but they do a pretty good job, but it's not Michael and Sucre, I'm sorry. They're doing a job. This is really cool. This is really cool because Lincoln isn't as smart as. Okay, it's just like that. Yeah, yeah, it's a good idea. Okay, Lincoln isn't as smart as Michael, but he's more know-how. So, for example, got an engineer, right, who learned everything. But you get a guy who's also on the construction site, and he's been working there for a while, so he has experience. He fixes here, he fixes there, he fixes here, he fixes there. You know, this is kind of cool. Um, this is sucky. This is really sucky because you have the again, and we just saw a scene. This is disgusting because he's actually a really nice guy, right? He's a really nice guy. He's talking about how he loved his father. He's a really nice guy. He's a kid though. He's 17 years old, you know, and you want to protect him. So he goes in, and I don't know why. He's actually really mean to his father. Really, really mean to his father. But then you realize I have an idea why. He's addicted to his father because I think that's what he wanted to do. He wants to run away. He wants to leave the prison. So I think what he wants to do is he wants to be on the run, and doesn't want to involve his father. So by being addicted to his father will be heartbroken and won't come to visit him again, which means that when the kid, I don't know his name, when the kid leaves the prison, he's gonna be able to leave. So basically, he's doing what Sucre did with Maricruz. He's doing what Sino did with He's just doing that. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Hopefully. We're doing good. We're doing good. No problem. It's at the okay. Not a lot of batteries, but still. Not a lot of batteries, but still. I'm at 47K, baby. 57K. I've never done that much. Give me a sec, guys. 52K. You never made that much. Yes. Ooh. A little firework, huh? I thought you might have come earlier just to make sure I was okay. Okay. So basically, she asked him a question about the passport, and he lies to her. He's like, yo, it was for us. But I just feels like a bad guy since day one. But he's a really well-written character. So the father of the kid calls Lincoln, and he gives him a sign that, hey, you're in trouble, which is a sign that they had when social service would come. So that's kind of cool. He's being followed, which is a bad news for Lincoln. And that's pretty much it. So Sammy finds the phone, right? And Lincoln here is a dumbass because he calls the phone. And it's like, yo, I want to talk to my brother. So you just admitted that your brother stole the phone. And because you just admitted that your brother stole the phone, you put Michael's life in danger. But that shows has his back because this is insane. This is so interesting because a couple of episodes before, this would have been a death warrant. This is a chicken foot for Michael. Because Michael and the Shadows are working together now. It's not a chicken foot. That makes sense, huh? Did that make sense? A little bit? A lot? I don't know. I care? Not really. So we have, again, Lincoln fighting. And he's holding the girl hostage, which again puts in trouble. Then Lincoln shoots the guy, and expert shooter shoots him in the head, doesn't hurt the lady. Mahone is really, look at this. Look at this. So he's testifying against the company. Yeah, so he's telling the company how it is. Because he's so high, he looks insane. You understand? So, Rester said it was claustrophobic, however, it goes to small spaces. So, again, Michael is distressful, which is normal. Because you shouldn't trust him. Lechero gave the phone to Michael, which is, he calls Lincoln. Now, Michael and Lincoln have direct access to each other. So this is kind of a big deal. We got a lot of work there. There's an escape, and there's literally an helicopter that goes in to save him. I think the helicopter is... Okay, so the helicopter comes in as a company. They're trying to save Wrestler. And what they do is, okay, so they don't think the hole is safe anymore, so they go through the roof. The helicopter comes in to save wrestlers. Wrestlers start to fight with Michael because we remember that a bit before she told him, hey, I'm gonna kill you. This is what's interesting. You got people running away, right? Which was supposed to include 5 people. Michael, Wrestler, Bellic. Who else? Lucero and Teabag. However, there's the 2 of them, so just betray them. Michael isn't allowing Wrestler to go. So yeah, kind of like that. There's a literal inmate. Now there's something weird. He changes his shirt. I don't know why. But again, they're basically being called to put themselves in their position. Now this is a good because it's oh my god, you fucked up. They're coming for us with the guns. However, guess what? It's the 3rd time, so it's a bit repetitive. But at the same time, if something worked once, it works twice. It might work 3 times, you know. Gretchen is in a bad place because she doesn't answer. Mahone is still under prison. He didn't say that he was. They didn't believe his story, so they take him back to Sona. So basically, is 50%. I don't know. It's not that nice. Let's leave it there. Ah, fuck it, ink. You need it for later on with the tower. Battery's a problem. Battery's a problem. Always a problem. But what am I to do? Okay, so you have a new warden, and this guy is super important because this guy is a bit more intense than everybody else, right? And he's like, Schofield, since you've been here, there's not a problem. I think that you're behind a lot of it, which, surprise, he is. So, I have time to do episode 9, but with the batteries here, I can do 1, but I can't do 2, right? So yeah, we're gonna do another episode, and that's it for today. Yeah, well, for now, I'll come back later on.